If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, February 28th, 2013. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Joining me today on the show in the Finis Monitor is Jamal Willis. He was the only male swimmer not from the Peddie School to win an event at the Eastern Interscholastic Swimming Championships last weekend, and he did it in the 50 freestyle. Jamal is now wrapping up his senior year at the William Penn Charter School in Pennsylvania, and that's where he joins us now on Skype. Hi, Jamal. Good to see you. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right, thanks. So it's been a few days since you finished your high school season at Easterns. Have you fully processed all of that yet?
Not really. It's a weird thing. I swam in 8th grade, so it's been my 5th year, so it's kind of weird being done high school swimming.
Yeah, you probably thought when you were in 8th grade it would never be over.
Yeah, that was the thought.
So we'll just recap what you did. 20.87 to win the 50 freestyle. You went 20.81 in prelims, and then won the console final in the 100 free with a 46.1. Let's talk about that 50 free first. Analyze the race. How do you think you did?
I feel I did good. It was a good taper, so I felt I did good. I wanted to get my start perfect. I used to have a bad start, but I think I got it down that time and got out in front right away. That's what was my goal.
Have you had a chance to watch the race since you swam?
Yes, I saw it. Someone actually showed me the race right after because the clock was messed up. So they wanted to make sure I knew I won.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion there, but yeah, it was pretty obvious you had one. I don't think anybody would have questioned that. So when you were looking at the race afterward, was there anything you said, oh, I really wish I had been able to do that better?
I think I could have streamlined a little more off the wall. That was the only thing, though.
Well, it's not too bad, and going 20.8 and knowing that you have these things to fix probably makes you more excited for what could happen later on.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what goes on next year.
So we'll talk about next year in just a few minutes, but as I said in the intro, you were the only male swimmer not from Peddie to win an event. So how does it feel to have kind of stopped their streak that they were running there?
It was good. I won last year, so I wanted to bring back the title to Penn Charter. It was never been done before at Penn Charter. I'm the first one to do that, to win twice in a row. So I wanted to see if I could do it, and it felt good.
Yeah, how did it feel to be able to represent Penn Charter at a meet where, you know, they obviously were doing very well, the team did very well. How did it feel to represent them with that first place?
It was good. I love Penn Charter. I love everything about it, and I just wanted to do my best. Last time, my last 50 freestyle of high school, so I just wanted to go out and represent.
Well, tell us about Penn Charter. What kind of school is it?
It is a private school. It's in Philadelphia. It's in the like Roxborough, Manayunk area, and it's just a big private school, about 500 high school students or so. Very diverse.
That's a pretty nice size. So because it's a private school, that means you actually chose to go there. So why did you choose to go to school there?
Well, I was always taught education is first, and it's a great school to get an education at, and I thought this was a great place. I came here in 6th grade, and I started swimming in 8th grade.
Well, I mean, you talk about education. It's also a good place to get some good swimming in. Tell me what it's like when you're training with your team there at Penn Charter under Coach Paul Coleman.
It's tons of fun. I love the team. Everybody's a joy to be around. It's all types of people on the team and all different personalities, and we all come together to make one big family. It's kind of sad to see it over.
Well, when you're in the actual season during dual meets and whatnot, Tell me kind of what the atmosphere is like there. I mean, most private schools, they really are like a family because, like you said, some of them are boarding schools, so they see each other a lot more. Penn Charter's not a boarding school, is it?
No, it's not a boarding school. It's an only day school.
Okay.
But we see each other with swimming. We see each other 6 days a week for multiple hours a day. So we become really close. And swimming at Penn Charter is just, it's amazing. You have your highs and lows just like everybody, every team, and you just become very tight. And swim meets are fun. I love traveling all around the Philadelphia area just to go to other schools like Haverford, Malvern, who are also in Easterns. And it was just fun. NGA.
So you had all those swimmers on your team going with you. I know that one of the swimmers that we had been following earlier, or I guess late last year, was Reese Whitley, who's now a freshman here. I mean, the kid is just almost 7 feet tall, it seems like. What's it been like to have him there?
He's like a little brother of mine. I love the kid. He's so funny. We always crack jokes. We always have our little inside jokes, and he's fun to just practice with, and I love having him a part of the team.
Yeah, and now you're going to be moving on to college. Where are you going to be going to school?
I'm actually headed to Lehigh, not too far from Philly, in Bethlehem.
All right, that's not too far. Why did you choose that?
I don't know. It was of a good fit. I loved it. My mom went there when she was in college, and I went to visit with my brother on his search a few years ago, and then I liked it then, and I liked it when I went on my search, and then my recruiting visit was just amazing. So I love the team, and I love the coaches.
Will your brother still be going to Lehigh when you're there?
My brother actually goes to University of Southern California, so.
Oh boy, he ran as far away as he could.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure your mom will be happy that you'll be carrying on the Willis tradition and going to Lehigh. And it's a D1 school, so I'm sure that means that you'll be excited about the possibility of, maybe, who knows, maybe even next year being able to swim at the NCAA championships.
That's the hope.
That's the
possibly
hope.
In relay, and we'll see what else.
Well, get that streamline fixed, and anything's possible.
That is true.
I want to learn a bit more about your swimming background. I understand you've been swimming for quite a while in the Philadelphia area. How did you get started with swimming?
I couldn't even tell you how young I was when I started, but it's been forever. And just worked my way up. I swam for the Philadelphia Department of Recreation with Jim Ellis and Tracy Freeland and all these good people, and made tons of friends doing it. And kept through it, even though a lot of people I know stopped swimming. I just kept to it, and eventually came to Penn Charter and started swimming through Penn Charter, and now we're here.
And what was it like swimming for Jim Ellis? A lot of people around the country know him and know the teams that he's built at PDR. What kind of lessons did he teach you growing up?
He taught me a lot. He taught me always remember where you came from, and always remember to work hard and do your best, and just give it your best shot, even though you might not have anything to gain or anything to lose. So just work hard.
Now, swimming isn't typically viewed as a sport for African Americans, and I'm sure you probably felt a lot of pressure growing up in Philadelphia to pursue other sports. Why did you stick with swimming?
That's a good question. So at PDR, it was mostly African Americans when I swam there, and when I came to Penn Charter, it was a completely different scene, and I was the only black kid on the team, other than my brother, who stopped swimming soon after, and I just kept to it. I knew the benefits of persevering through all the toughness and all the obstacles, and it helped me get into a better school. And Lehigh is a very good school, and I'm looking forward to it, and it got me money to go to Lehigh, and that's what the goal was.
Well, that should always be a good goal to carry on, and like I said, and it's always a challenge when you're growing up and you see your friends, like, they leave the sport and they go on and maybe play other sports, but as we saw last weekend, it's paying off for you.
Yes, it is.
So One more final question before we go. I know you were talking about how much you miss your team, and you're going to miss your team at Penn Charter and everything like that. Will you still swim with? I know there's a Penn Charter USA swimming team. Will you still be training with them over the summer?
Yes, I most likely will be, and just staying in touch. And even when I go to college, since it's not far away, I'm definitely coming back to see everybody and still swim with them, still joining some practices.
I'm sure that's going to be a big highlight. Do you have any plans for any championship level meets this summer, maybe like junior nationals or something like that?
Right now, I don't know what the plan is, but definitely looking to swim and see where I can take myself.
Well, we'll be definitely keeping our eye on you, Jamal. Thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on all your great swims last weekend, and have a good rest of your senior year at Penn Charter.
Thank you. You too. I mean, not you too. Thank you.
All right. So that was Jamal Willis joining us in the Finis Monitor from Philly. And that's going to do it for today's Morning Swim Show. Be sure to keep up with all the latest swimming news by going to swimmingworld.com or following us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.